Welcome to the post show. The Western Australia Margaret River Pro delivers another unbelievable finals day here on a beautiful Sunday in front of a monster crowd. And they have seen their local boy, Jack Robinson, win for a second time, and they're absolutely buzzing. We've got so much to break down. Obviously, stop number 5 brings so much excitement, so much pressure to our competitors. So there is a lot to discuss. Ronnie Blakey with Felicity Parmentier, Richie Lovett. That was a big one for the hometown crowd, Flip.
Oh, it really was. I feel like I can just feel the emotion buzzing just here on the host set, and I can't wait to get out there after this and just soak it all in. And he had a hard job ahead of him, but in his mind, he was the defending champion, and wow, he got it done.
Yeah, probably smash a few Coopers as well. Rich, also on the women's side, Gabriela Bryan breaking through for her first CT win in just her second ever final, and it couldn't have come at a better time.
Yeah, well, the stars aligned for her this week, no doubt about it. She's got some special energy going on with Margaret River main break. She saved her career here a couple of times now. I think I might have said it at Bells. I might claim it. I said it wasn't going to be far off before she'd get a win. I picked her for Bells, but she kept me hanging one more event, didn't she?
Yeah, well, she didn't want to prove you right down there, but she's been incredible. Amazing moments in both finals. Can't wait to have a closer look at them, but for me, one of the standout moments on a beautiful day, Gabriela Bryan sharing a wave in the final with Dolphins, and it helped her get the win.
Oh, I feel like those Dolphins brought the good juju, and she just lapped it right on up. It was amazing to watch. There was like about 5 to 8 Dolphins on that wave face. She got the job done, and after that, it's just like her body language. You could just see she was just getting more and more confident with every wave she took, and yeah, it was just oozing off of her. So stoked to see her get her first CT win.
We'll have a close look at her performances in a little bit, but right now we're going to have a look at Jack Robinson's road to the final, having a look at the Bailey ladder bracket here, and it was no easy route. There never is to get yourself a championship to a victory, but it was impressive stuff from the local boy.
Yeah, it sure was, overcoming Imai Kalani Devault and then Seth Manise, and then obviously in the final against John John Florence, but he's been on. He just surfs this wave just so eloquently, radically, powerfully. You know, he's got a different read on it than everyone else. Exploring unusual parts of the waves, he pulls out turns in these unique moments, and he looked good right from the outset this morning.
Also had just pumping conditions when we first rocked up this morning.
Today, the waves were the hero. I mean, the surfers showed up, but for me, we had our backs up against the wall at the beginning of this waiting period, but we waited for today. It was the best day of the waiting period. It was big, it was clean, and yeah, there was so many excellent waves scored today. But one thing I thought that was interesting with Jack is, Stace called him for a post-heat interview in between the semi and the final. He said, I feel like I haven't had the good quality waves yet, and which I thought was interesting, because I was like, hang on a second, I feel like you've been doing some great surfing, but in his mind, he wasn't done yet. And even with getting barreled, even with finding waves like this, I mean, he still wasn't satisfied. And I mean, he was right, though. He rose to the occasion in that final with John, and yeah, they just brought the best out of each other.
Got past Imai Kalani Devault in the quarterfinals, then a big semi-final clash with Seth Manise, who was on fire. Survived that and earned his place in this final. And John, coming off the performance of the event, Rich, was going to be hard to stop, but Jack just has a way of ignoring that and focusing on himself.
Yeah, blocking out all the white noise and just focusing on really what he had to do, just connecting with the two sets. That move there just showed the intent, showed where his head was at, in total control of the whole situation, and not scared to put it all on the line. The sharp eyes just looking so good under his feet, and be interesting to see the Shaper ratings at the end of this.
It will be. He knows exactly when to drop to the bottom, draw out a big bottom turn, and throw himself up into the pocket, but when to cut that bottom turn short and get some height out of the lip with a big air. John John Florence, he had some moments too. It was a well-fought battle.
Yeah, John had some great moments in this heat. I mean, he locked away 2 sevens in the beginning stages of this heat, and I was like, okay, wow, Jack's up against it here. But Jack just fought back with that 9-1-0 and then straight away with the 8-1-7. But it was just the battle of two greats, and for it to happen and the stars aligned, I mean, I couldn't be more pumped.
The performance was solid from Jack, but Richie made great competitive decisions in that final.
Yeah, he sure did. He wasn't fazed by the scores that John John was dropping. but he did. He let the right waves go and then pulled the trigger on the right waves and, mate, laid down some incredible surfing on them.
Yeah, kicked out to get priority a couple of times too, which really worked in his favour and helped set up a second victory here for Jack Robinson. Look at the numbers, 9.1, 8.17. A very hefty heat score total of 17.27. John John Florence not too far behind. Let's hear what Jack's got to say. He's with Stace.
Jack, how special does it feel to walk up the steps into this crowd?
Ooh, deja vu. Yeah, came back. Man, what a moment. Oh, that was a good final, eh? That was fun. So, yeah, I was really looking forward to that. He fired me up so much and look forward to many more heats with him. And yeah, John's incredible out here. Wouldn't want anyone else in the final with me. So, yeah, just, thanks West Oz. Thanks to my home. Thanks everybody for the support. Thanks to my family. Thanks to my son. Thanks to everybody. Yeah, just hasn't really hit me yet. I was so just in it out there and just focused on what I wanted to do. And yeah, I knew what I was coming for.
Earlier in the week, I was walking around town and the calls from the local lads were you're the defending champ. Talk to us about your mindset coming into this event and what other things you do to get yourself psyched up on home turf.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I missed last year. I felt like I was defending it again. Went through so much during that time, to get back, injuries, and that's things you got to do to get back in there and keep going, keep pushing. So, just really happy to be back here. I got the tingles and hair standing up. So, just thank you everybody for the support and look forward to a long year. Let's keep
well
going.
done, Jack. You're a deserving winner. We'll let you enjoy this moment. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Stace. Jack Robinson, just really just loving this moment. Big one for him, returning home for the first time with his son and his second victory as a dad. That's some dad power going on there, and as a result, he's climbing these rankings. Griffin Colapinto will still be wearing the yellow jersey over in Tahiti, but Jack Robinson in striking distance at the perfect time, heading to a venue that he absolutely loves.
Yeah, absolutely. You see that little green triangle next to Jack's name. It means he's jumped up the ratings in number 2 position. It's an interesting looking top 10 there. Some new names in there as well.
It is interesting, and one thing to note is there's a bit of separation between 4th and 5th there. Ethan sitting in 4th, he's on 20,000. Geordie in 5th, only on almost 17. So there's a few chunk of points there. Jake Marshall to add, he's dropped out of that top 5. He was coming into this event at 4th. So there's a bit of movement here on the board. And things are getting exciting going into that next stop, post-cut.
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic fight for the final 5 as we move into that back half of the season, and we are going to be seeing those bigger names match up against one another earlier in the draw now with that compressed field. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch that unfold. Can't wait, bring it on. And also we've got some rookies up in that top-end conversation as well, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're at that stage now of the tour where the pressure valve has been let out a little bit. We can forget about the cut and we can really zone in on this final 5 situation. And I think that now we're going to see the performances lift again.
Yeah, on the women's side today, we had the quarterfinals to get through and they were on fire. Let's have a look at Gabriela Bryan's road to the final when we look at the Bailey Ladders bracket here. Tough draws all the way through. Came up against India Robinson in the quarters. Got the jump on Brisa Hennessy in the semis. That was a fantastic battle between 2 power surfers. But it felt like she was going to have an edge over Sawyer in that final. Just her forehand has been so strong.
Yeah, her forehand has been really strong. But, it wasn't an easy journey. India Robinson, Brisa Hennessy, they're both 2 big power surfers. India had a big job ahead of her. If she wanted to keep this dream alive, she basically needed to win the event. But Gabby just putting a stop to that and just really proving that she has a beautiful affinity with this wave. We saw her here in the final in 2022. She came up short. She got a second to Isabella Nichols. But I just thought, like you said, Rich, it's only a matter of time before she's going to get a win. And I also think she is probably the most powerful surfer on the women's tour currently right now.
Oh, look, I think if you asked Gabriela and said, pick off the menu, what sort of waves do you want that really suit your style? And she would dish this up at Margaret River Main Break now. These right-handers, open face, lots of power that she can just give straight back to the wave and put that real open face carve on display. It's becoming her trademark. she's outpowered the field all week.
Yeah, she really, really has. And I just feel like she has a beautiful connection with the wave, and it was just made even more special for me when I saw that moment with the Dolphins, as we see her coach, Dog Marsh, just absolutely ecstatic. We also saw her mum on the steps too, and just like how much this moment means to her. But she came up against Sawyer in this final, and for me, I mean, Sawyer just put on a clinic today. I mean, she posted the highest single wave score for the women, that 9.40, just for 2 big backhand hangers. And going into this final, I was like, okay, wow, like Gabby's got her work cut out for her. But as soon as this moment happened with the Dolphins, I was like, ooh, I feel like the energy shifted here.
Oh, yeah, a special moment, no doubt. I think we touched on it during the broadcast, that, you know, the feeling when you look at the field, you know, each year you're going, who's improved? Who's stepped it up? And Gabriela Bryan has been that name that everyone's kind of been touching on. She's just looked like a much better performer this year, but the results hadn't really kind of worked in her favour. She came into the event in 10th position. She's going to make a big climb. We're going to see that on the rankings in a moment. But a special moment, Rich, when someone breaks through for their first CT win.
Yeah, it's that moment in your career when you actually go, okay, I can win. I know how to do it now. And she'll be taking those feelings. Everything that's happened today, she'll be applying that for the rest of her career. But some good numbers in the final too.
Really good numbers in the final. For me, one thing that I noticed is in her post-season interview, she was like, you know what, just wanted to always let my surfing do the talking, but this year I've buttoned up a few things. I'm tightening up on the strategy. My heat IQ is a bit better, being more aggressive at the start of heats, and it's absolutely paid off.
Yes, congratulations to Sawyer Lindblad too. Put up a good fight in the final, but maybe for her, just winning through to the final and shoring up her position there in 10th spot, jumping from 12th place. You know, maybe that was like an event win for her, and it was hard to sort of muster the motivation and focus to get the job done over Gabriela in the final heat of the contest. But for Bryan, it is a huge jump from 10th up to 5th. It's a huge move at the halfway point of the season to get herself in the conversation for the WSL finals.
Yeah, this is looking really, really interesting. This top 10 leaderboard here for the women. A couple of usual suspects down the bottom there that we're used to seeing up the top, and some new names up the top. Obviously, Katie Simmers right there in number 1. Molly Picklum, Brissa Hennessy. She has been so consistent this year, deserves to be in that number 4 position, and I love seeing Gabriela Bryan there in the top 5.
For me, what's interesting is defending world champ Caroline Marks dropped down into 6, so she's not in that top 5 right now. And then we've got Betty as well, Betty Lou, who's been so dominant at the beginning of the year, just fallen down ever so slightly. But because this is changing at every event, I feel like it's pretty close, and I feel like it's just going to change again, especially with those waves that we've got coming up on the back end of the tour.
Bring it on. But right now, let's bring on the crowning of our champions. We'll throw it down to the main stage with Joe Tappel.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. The WSL acknowledges the Wadandi people as the traditional owners of the Margaret River region and thank them for welcoming us to their buja. Pay our respects to the Wadandi community and their elders, past and present. The WSL is committed to the ongoing learning about local history, culture, and the language of the Wadandi Buja, the saltwater people's country. They have asked us all to walk together softly on country and respect the ocean and the waterways. We wish to also extend this acknowledgement and respect to other First Nations people who join us here in person and around the world on the broadcast. Thank you so much. Thanks so much to Zach Wallich-Webb and also to Uncle Wayne doing so many wonderful things with us, just educating us in the healing process and learning how to walk softly on country. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for all of you to be in the crowd. You guys are such a big part of pro surfing. Give yourself a round of applause. You make this so special. The official awards presentation for the Western Australia Margaret River Pro, the 5th stop of the World Surf League Championship Tour. It's all about the mid-season cut. We've all seen that now for a few years, the emotion, the drama, and also the level that's lifted with this format as we go from the top 34 to the top 22 for the men and the top 17 to the top 10 for the women. And we always feel arriving here in West Oz, it's such an incredible wave, custom built for competition here at Mainbreak. This year, it kept us honest till the end and provided the best waves when we needed it the most on finals day. Thank you all the local surfers that gave us this lineup throughout this entire waiting period and welcome us each and every year to WA. Keep the applause going for Bronte McCauley, Otis North, representing this part of this world into the main event once again. And how about a wild card from Manly? George Patar doing the best things for wild cards so far this year, man. He's unstoppable. Big thanks to Tourism Western Australia, our title partner of this event. Thank you to our event partners, Red Bull, Shiseido, Yeti, Bonsoy, Surfline, True Surf, Eventbrite, Apple Watch, Shire of Augusta Margaret River, Healthway, Rusty, GWM, Oakberry, Bailey Ladders, Boost Mobile, Coopers, Bond University, BioGlen, WeatherGuard, Hydrolite, and Epic Safety. Let's hear it for all of our great supporters of this event. Big thanks to Sam Phillips from Tourism WA. You're incredible. Surfing Western Australia. Laney, Tim, Justin, Pirate, the crew. You guys are sensational to hang out with. The locals is incredible. And you guys bringing it all on a Sunday on finals day. You make every single moment so important. So thanks for being here. Got some really cool trophies over there. We want to thank local craftsman Gary Bennett from Jurok for creating these beautiful and unique trophies. Wine barrels, very symbolic and representative of this region, being a big wine region here in the country of Australia. Also up here to help with the awards, let's hear for Jessie Miley Dyer. She's finaled here before, representing the Commissioner's Office. And also Stuart Aubrey, MLA member for Scarborough. Thanks for being here, Stuart. Good to see you again. Let's now get to a special human being, an incredible surfer who redefined how to perform at Main Break here in Margaret River, one of his favorite locations on the tour. Your runner-up in the final. Let's hear it for John John Florence. John, this is something we've been doing a while together. It's great to be here on the podium, especially here in West Oz. A rematch from the final that you had with Jack just a couple of years ago. Everybody here on the beach and around the world were chiming in on how excited they were for that matchup. Did you feel it before that final started, how everybody couldn't wait to watch?
Definitely. I think it's so exciting to be in the final against Jack again. We had that match in 2022, and it kind of felt like it was happening today throughout. And to have it happen in these types of waves is pretty amazing.
Also, your relationship with Jack, I think you took him to Waimea for the first time in his life at the start of the year. You guys are close, but obviously incredibly competitive. What's that like?
Yeah, me and Jack are good friends and been good friends for a long time, but obviously once the heat starts, we're competitors and we want to win, but I feel like it's like a fun rivalry, and we want to put on a good show and have a good heat, and so just have good battles.
Sounds like you want him back right now.
Yes.
It's a great rivalry on tour, a solid position in the final five now, as it's been fun to see you just be in 100% great physical shape. I think we want to all celebrate with you. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling super good. Just stoked to be surfing and be healthy and surfing fun waves and be in the finals again here and just be back in WA, really.
You've had over 50 excellent scores at this wave. It's radical, including that 10. You get another Yeti, of course. Take us through maybe the 10 or other waves that you thought maybe were even more meaningful throughout this event.
Yeah, the 10 was definitely meaningful. It was an interesting one because it kind of unexpected. I felt like the wave was a medium-sized wave, and I just kind of I don't know, it's one of those waves where you just throw it all out there and then you end up back on your board and you're like, oh, okay, I'm still going. And yeah, so I was pretty stoked to finish that, and stoked to have waves. And thanks everyone for coming down and supporting us, and and thank you for having us here in WA too. Every year is so meaningful to be here. The people, the food, the waves, everything's so amazing, and one of my in the world.
Congrats, John. Enjoy the moment. Thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you.
John John Florence, another final here at Main Break. Now let's hear it for a rookie from San Clemente, California, a goofy footer that just made her first ever CT final. Let's get behind Sawyer Lindblad. Congratulations. You are incredible. There was so much pressure on the line for you at this event. Being in the wrong side of the cut, accomplishing that, getting past a two-time world champion along the way with your best score you've ever had on the CT, then to making your first final. Have you found the words for what you've accomplished today?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Coming to this event, I knew I needed to make the final or maybe even win. So I was just taking it heat by heat, and I'm so happy I did it and that I get to stay on tour.
What did that pressure feel like? Because it felt like it brought your best surfing. What was it like for you?
Yeah, I feel like I've always done well under pressure, so I was just really focusing on wave by wave, and the waves were so good today. I was so grateful that we had so much opportunity out in the water, and yeah, it felt good to make it to my first final.
Congratulations on everything. Loving watching your rookie season. Best of luck as things move on. Enjoy the moment.
Thank you.
Sawyer Lindblad making her first CT final, making the cut as a rookie on tour. Let's now hear for the local hero. I think you guys know who this is. Winning this event now 2 times on the championship tour level. Let's hear for your champion, Jack Robinson. On to Jack. Oh.
Can't even jump, I'm so tired. This is lighter than last year, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, maybe, huh? Get stronger holding it. I don't know. No. I'm just tired. I don't know. I'm not even making sense.
I just want you to keep going. This is great.
Far out. Oh, where do we start?
Yeah, let's start with this energy that you feel. I think, first of all, I just got to go right to John, because you were there to witness how John rewrote the book on how to make a 10-foot main break look playful, and that was the benchmark. And now 2 times in a row in the final, you've gotten the win. He brings something out of you. What does that feel like?
For sure. Yeah, I watched John for a long time. Even when we went to Hawaii, I met John the first time, and then he inspired me there. But obviously, seeing him surf out here inspired me so much. And it's really special to share a final with him. Look forward to many more. And yeah, he's incredible and definitely set the benchmark. Before I was on tour, I was like, wow, I want to can't wait to have heats with those guys. And it's just a really special day, and super grateful for for everyone's support and for this place, and just couldn't be a better day.
Thinking about what this place means to you, the Margaret River region, Wadandi Buja, being here at Main Break. I mean, for you to be able to come home after long years of travel and being away, to be able to get this barrel for everybody here, how does that feel to you?
Oh, man, it's incredible. It's not just me that won, it's everybody that supports me, and it's just an incredible moment. Coming back here after I travel all year, it's where I grew up. It's my home, so it's the best place in the world. I'm just grateful to be from this place.
I can't get enough of this matchup. What waves do you want to have a final with John at this year?
Well, there's a couple of good events coming up, so I think you guys can figure that one out. Yeah, but it's going to be a long year. It's a marathon, and yeah, step by step. But yeah, look forward to many finals. That would be incredible.
Congratulations, Jack. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy being home.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks everyone for coming down. Okay.
This woman is an incredible athlete, inspirational as well. She's finaled here in the past and proven that she loves Western Australia. Let's hear it for your champion, Gabriela Bryan. Wow. I think just like Sawyer was talking about pressure, you perform your best under pressure. Your final before, you were feeling the mid-season cut. Yeah, you can relax for a second, Jack. But you did it again, but this time even better. You've probably dreamt about winning at the CT level. It finally happened. Was it everything that you always thought it would be like?
100%. It's insane. And I don't even think it's fully sunk in yet. But, wow, yeah, today was crazy. Coming into the day, just not confirmed yet for my spot on tour, but I had a chance to do it myself, and last year I kind of left it up to like other people, and I didn't do it myself. So yeah, I was going to give it everything I got today, and it all played out, and I won. I can't believe it.
There's this phrase that your coach was using. It was being all in. We saw you use that in different scenarios, from paddle battles out to the box to waiting to start a 7-minute heat to being tested on finals day. Well, what are you most proud of, and what's that whole energy behind all in?
Yeah, I guess the start of the year I kind of lost some heats not going all in, kind of just being like, oh, the waves will come to me, and that's the side of competitive surfing that I just needed to find again, and I found it and went all in, and it worked. So I think I'm going all in for the rest of the year.
There we go, up to number 5 in the world, Gabby Bryan. I know your goals are WSL Final 5. You're in a right place, and enjoy the moment.
Thank you everyone.
Let's hear for all of our champions, Gabriela Bryan, Jack Robinson, and also runner-up John John and Sawyer Lindblad. Thanks for being a part of this one. It's an emotional one. It's dramatic, and the waves provided once again at Main Break. Thanks for having us in WA, and we'll send it back to the post show with Ronnie Blakey to wrap up this event. Take care, you guys.
Thank you, Joe. Congratulations to our champions. Such worthy champions. And as Joe said, it's a dramatic event. It brings out a different level of pressure. There was marginal days where these surfers had to scrap to stay alive in this contest, but they were rewarded on the final day of the event window with pumping conditions here at Main Break, and the performance levels, surprisingly to no one, were just through the roof. Everyone went mad.
It was superb, and I feel like we've been running this contest for a month. It's been the best contest, though. It's been so fun. We've had small days, we've had days where we've been off, and we've been able to go for a little surf and a visit to the wineries, and then that final day just produced the fireworks. Insane.
Yeah, it was really fun to watch, and some brave performances too, Flick. We touched on that earlier on, but I think you could really tell how much it means to Jack Robinson to get back here and get himself another victory, and just prove to everyone that this is his break, his hometown, and it's going to take something special to overcome him, because look at what John John Florence is throwing at us, and still couldn't break through.
Oh, it's just not good enough for the Jack, the zen of Jack at the moment. The energy that he's harnessing at this event, at other events. I mean, he's got 2 wins this year so far. He's a new dad. He's taking it in his stride, and yeah, I mean, I guess the whole of Western Australia is so proud of him, and yeah, when you're coming up against someone like John who just throws absolutely everything at it, I mean, Jack's just saying it's not enough. Bring it, come at me more.
2 wins for John, 2 wins for, should we start calling him Jack Roberts? Could be good. They might break the deadlock next year, though. But those two are obviously going to feature in our Boost Mobile Heat of the Day. It was an incredible final, and we expected that it would be fireworks. Even though John had the momentum after the semis, you knew Jack was going to pull something out of the bag. And again, his wave selection was on point. When he didn't have priority, he made scores out of it, and he made fantastic decisions throughout.
Oh, John just was so strong through finals day, and you could be forgiven for thinking that he was going to run away with this final and just do the sort of surfing that's seen him win this event before. And 52 or something, excellent scoring rides in this event, just amazing. But Jack just got that biggest wave of the entire event, and he didn't hold back. He just put everything into it, carving through that first turn and got that gigantic finish. That was the moment where I think he went, I think I'm going to win this.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing that moment there, another clear moment where he was like, I'm going to put some separation between myself and John. I'm going to go to the air on this first turn. I'm going to put it all on the line. There was so much risk associated with that, and he backed that 9.10 up with 8.17 straight away. And just one thing to note with Jack is that he doesn't mind if his competitors get off to an early start. I mean, John put away 2 7s pretty quickly in this heat, but Jack just does not, it doesn't faze him. He just can sit there, keep his cool, and yeah, just bide his time and put away 2 scores. I mean, but John fought back, and he fought back. He broke that. He needed a big score. He needed a 10. He broke that with this 8.77. Then after this, he was only chasing the 8.5. Couldn't find it though. And yeah, Jack just too good out at Main Break.
Yeah, it chose an odd wave to have a crack at the required score in the later stages, John. But I think when Jack rode that final wave, I don't know if there was enough push and power in that ride, and ultimately Jack did enough to get himself a second victory here. But looking at those images, got to give props to our broadcast team. The cameraman staring into the sun, Sammy Smith out on the ski, getting that air just perfectly framed. Awesome job, team.
Yeah, so much goes into running these events, and well, we got numerous cameras just littered all over the point here.
This time of the day too.
So
we had some
brutal.
long afternoons. They're staring directly into the sun, but the numbers, you can see them there clearly on screen. Massive scores.
Yeah, huge. And I did love that comeback from John John for a moment there. We were like, oh, hang on a minute. He hasn't quite got the victory yet. And, well, he fought valiantly, but unfortunately it was Jack Robinson's day. He's got the, well, in his mind, he's got the double.
Yeah, fun reflecting on that final. Unbelievable performances, as we've mentioned numerous times. But the big story now is who are we going to be watching through the back half of the season? Of course, the cut is done, and now we can look forward to seeing this group of absolute champions fighting it out for a Final Five spot. It looks good to me.
Oh, it looks great. I think one thing today, you know, Yago, such nervous moments, waiting on, you know, is he going to make it? Is he not going to make it? Big standout for me also, Seth Moniz just had a big job ahead of him, and he finally felt like, to me, he was finding his groove on tour. It felt like we hadn't seen it there for a couple of years, but things just started to click today once he started putting together a couple of heats. And yeah, I mean, all these crew here are going forward to the last events of the year, and there's some cracking events coming up.
Yeah, a lot of work to do. When I just look at the names on the third list there, Gabriel Medina, you know, we're still waiting for him to make his move and try and get up into that Final Five. It's doable at this stage. There's a lot of events to go. Stoked for Seth Moniz, just fighting his way out of trouble today. Yago Dora, good to see him back in. Love seeing Connor O'Leary down the back end, but that top list there, that you know, that list of Griffin, Ethan, John John, Jake Marshall, Barron, Jack, Geordie, it's beautiful, setting up so well for the rest of the tour.
Do not be surprised if Medina takes out Tahiti and Cloudbreak and gets himself right back up to the top end. He'll be a force there.
Yeah.
Have a look at the surfers that were relegated. The big story, of course, was the GOAT, Kelly Slater. His run as a full-time campaigner on the championship tour. It was well celebrated here in the West. It was the perfect place to watch that era, that incredible era, come to a close. And we hope that we get to see him in a jersey again this season as a wild card, but also some very tough situations coming out of the cut as well.
There's so many tough situations coming out of that cut. My brain just straight away goes to Miguel, that really tight heat he had with his brother, and one of them was going to get relegated, and Sammy getting the jump on him, but then Sammy not even being able to convert as well, and unfortunately still not making the cut, so both brothers relegated to the Challenger Series. Good news is for Sammy, though, I mean, he's got good fond memories of that first event of the Challenger Series last year. He got the win there, so he can sort of hold his head high, maybe draw on some positive memories from there. But there's some, big names. Another one, Jacob Wilcox.
Yeah, Callum Robson's had a victory on the Gold Coast as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the two Aussies there, I want to see them both bounce back in a big way. You know, Jacob, he's been on close for so many years, got on, now he's off. He's going to have to do some work at the Gold Coast again. But all hail the king, the GOAT, Kelly Slater, amazing. Yeah,
with full respect to all the surfers relegated, I'm really feel like Samuel Pupo and Jacob Wilcox for me are two surfers that actually haven't shown us their best yet on the CT and have the kind of surfing that's so worthy of being here. So hoping they can get it done on the CS.
Yep.
Let's have a look at the women's tour and see who has made the cut. Of course, this is such a compressed field, and it's going to be an intense fight for the Final Five now. Katie Simmons still hanging on to that number one position, but Sawyer Lindblad creeping in at the other end in 10th spot.
Oh, when I look at this, it's just such a small pool of women, and it's just crazy to me. They're all so talented. They're all so good. They've got their strengths, they've got their weaknesses, but I just look at that top, the top five: Katie Simmons, Joanne Defay, Molly Picklum, Brisa, Caroline. I don't even know where to begin, but some unfamiliar names at the back end there. Tyler Wright, Tatiana Weston Webb. We're used to seeing those women's names, right at the top of the rankings, and right now they're finding themselves at the back. So it's going to be interesting. Tati also going to have some probably advantages moving into the back half of the year. Think about Cloudbreak, Tahiti. She's on her forehand there. Big, powerful left-handers. So we'll see if she can get some movement there.
There's a big generational shift happening on the women's tour at the moment. As we look at the relegated surfers from the Championship Tour, Lakey Peterson, that's the big surprise to me. I mean, Lakey's been a fixture at the top end of the ranks for a long time now. She'll be back on the Challenger Series, but yeah, there's been some tough moments, of course, for our competitors. Luana Silva bumped back to the Challenger Series again.
Yeah, I'll say Lakey and Sally, I agree with you. Unusual to see them in the relegated situation there. But Isabel and Nichols and India Robinson, they've been on and off a couple of times now too. So they just don't go away though. They'll keep coming back. And no doubt the job's not done yet for them. We'll see them on the Gold Coast.
The Challenger Series is about to get underway. It is going to kick off on April 27th with the Bonsai Gold Coast Pro presented by GWM. A couple of events here in Australia, so an extended trip for some of these Championship Tour campaigners that have been relegated.
Oh, and you know what? It's not such a bad consolation prize. You don't want to be going to the Challenger Series. However, if you are headed to the Gold Coast, and I did have a look at the forecast, there is some really nice swell on the way. So they're going there to warm up. They're probably going to get some good swell. Goldie is an amazing event. Snapper's a big, long right-hander. It's not too bad.
Yeah, well, it used to be the ultimate gift. Welcome to the Championship Tour, didn't it? As the first stop, you were just going, I just want to qualify. I want to be there on the Gold Coast, stop one. Now, for these Challenger Series campaigners, especially those that have been relegated, they've got to gather up all the confidence they can muster before getting back on the CS and having a good crack at it.
I think most of them will come off here and they will be full of confidence because the performances that they've been laying down, regardless of being relegated, have been on point. It's CT level surfing. They'll go down and they'll muscle that field around a little bit, I think.
I think so too. Well, let's have a look at the 2024 Shaper rankings. And there has been some movement as we see that Mayhem still out on top, courtesy of Gabriela Bryan contributing some more points there.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in second place, Sharp Eye there. So just to clarify, Jack was riding Sharp Eyes earlier in the event, but today just lent into the experience of his Arakawa shape boards. Obviously, Arakawa from Hawaii and Jack just having so much success on those ones.
What a bummer for Sharp Eye, though, because you start collecting points from the quarters on, and that's where Jack started his run today.
Yeah, Channel Islands also putting in a good show. Numerous final positions there, and Pizel and DHD bringing up the final two spots. But we love the Vissla Shaper rankings. This is an added bonus for us. And, technology and surfing equipment, a lot of spectators really want to know about it. It's fun. This is a good part of the tour.
And cool having you and the Waxhead chasing down the Shapers in the competitive zone.
Geeks, mate, when it comes to stuff.
Yeah. It's. I think we should dive into it. It's a little bit too much.
Okay. No,
it's absolutely awesome. I love it. And the breakdown of the equipment and just how it performs differently for each of those team riders is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single surfer is unique in their own way, especially at this level where everything's just fine-tuned to the nth degree. It's really cool.
It is. Time to get stuck into some highlights. It's the BioGland Daily Dose. Our top 5 moments from another unbelievable event here in the West. Coming in at number 5. Impressive stuff. The rookies show their composure and class. Sawyer Lindblad on absolute fire.
Yeah, she put on a clinic on her backhand. Those 2 turns in succession were absolutely incredible. 9.40. Just stamping her authority. She had such a big job ahead of her. She needed to make the final. She got the job done.
And Jake Patterson in her corner to help her. Coming in at number 4, John John Florence.
My goodness.
More perfection from him at main break.
I will just watch this over and over again and never get sick of it. This is just perfection, pure beauty on a wave. John John Florence at his best. He continues to just drop massive numbers, and we marvel at what he does out here at main break.
Very impressive stuff.
Really had a hold on. Like he was going to go all out on a ridge.
Yeah, loved watching that, and everyone in the competitors area too, throwing up the digits and saying, yeah, stamp it, that's a 10. Coming in at number 3, celebrating Kelly Slater. He had some moments in this event, but ultimately fell short of his goal of cracking the final and keeping on tour.
Yeah, he absolutely had moments in this event. He had a couple of beautiful moments where I was like, you know what, maybe he can keep this dream alive. But, moments like this where he just finds these diamonds in the rough and just keeps everyone entertained. But it was such a beautiful moment to see him chaired up the stairs. And I just words can't even encapsulate what he has brought to the sport and what this moment means, and I'm still trying to digest it myself.
And what he'll continue to bring to the sport. His best surfing's, I think, maybe still ahead of him as a free surfer just travelling the world chasing swell. Number 2, Gabriela Bryan, locked in a position on the championship tour and broke through for her first CT victory.
Yeah, realising a dream here. Gabriela Bryan just perhaps completing the puzzle, getting all that self-belief now, and knowing that she not only belongs on the tour, but she belongs right up the top of the ratings. I think she's a big threat to make the final 5 this year.
Every dog has his day. Richard Dogmar absolutely beaming. Gabriela Bryan extremely happy. Her mum Rachel here just cheering her on. They've been supporting her throughout the event, obviously. And she'll have her name on the stairs here at Margaret River. Surfers Point hoisting the barrel. What a great trophy. Coming in at number 1 though, we couldn't deny him. Jack Robinson, the local boy who grew up just down the road, is right at home at this venue, almost getting barreled out of that first carve in the final. And he has gotten the job done here for a second time.
Oh, it's absolutely incredible. And in his own words, he came into this event as the defending champion. He was injured last year. He wanted to back it up, and he did. Not an easy job. The stars aligned for a John John Florence, Jack Robinson rematch. Everyone was kind of talking, is it going to happen, is it not? And it worked out, and it did. And Jack just had the weight of the world on his shoulders. I mean, the hill was pumping today. The crowd was massive. Every time Jack ran out for his heats, it was just... everyone was screaming, everyone was yelling, and I mean, it's not easy to pull through, you know, when there's so much expectation. And Jack just harnessing that dad power, like he said, and now he's got 2 event wins already this year.
He just operates on a different plane, Rich. He just almost just bizarre the way he processes his post-heat interviews and whatnot, but it's fun to watch, and obviously it helps him just stay focused and achieve these amazing results.
Yeah, he's on his own. He's in his own little universe. He's on his own playing field, but as a competitor, you need to find that. You need to find what works. You can't just go, oh, I think he's doing it that way, I should do it that way. He's tuned in, totally tuned in to what works for him, and we're seeing the best of it.
Obviously, our focus is going to shift to the Gold Coast for that first Challenger Series stop. It kicks off April 27th. It's not too far away. But then for the CT surfers, those who've survived the cut, they have Tahiti to look forward to. That kicks off on May 22nd. They got a bit of downtime, but that event is always super exciting.
Oh, I can't wait for Tahiti. I think it's going to be incredible. We've got some incredible names there that perform there so well. I mean, I just think to Jack and John out there, wouldn't that be incredible? Another rematch, but I'm excited for the Gold Coast Challenger Series event. There's some swell on the way, and let's hope that snapper perfect right-hand bank is looking good.
It is. It's been a fantastic time here in the West. We've completely sucked the marrow out of every day of this event window and finished off in style. We got lots of highlights from today. We're going to leave you with those. Stay tuned to worldsurfleague.com for all the latest info. On behalf of the broadcast team, thanks for joining us.
Run and tell your best friend it's about to go down. Burn a hole in the weekend. Gonna light up this town. Gonna step it up. Gonna step it up if you wanna go. Whoa.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.